Hello. I want to thank the League of Women Voters. My name is David Chiu, and I would be honored to be your next supervisor of District 3. District 3 is the heart and soul of our city. Everything the world knows about San Francisco is in District 3. It's our North Beach cafes, it's Chinatown, it's Coit Tower, it's our cable cars. I love living in District 3. But for those of us who live in District 3, we know that not everything is postcard perfect. I am frustrated when my Muni bus is late 30% of the time. I have neighbors who have been assaulted in my apartment building. I know tenants who have been evicted from their housing. And I know way too many merchants who are struggling to make ends meet. Now, as we know from our city's political history, when San Francisco comes together, we can be a beacon to the rest of the world, whether it be celebrating marriage equality or rebuilding after earthquakes. But these days, if you read the city papers, you know that City Hall is not fixing our problems. Now, I'm running because we need a new generation of leaders who have the experience to solve today's problems. And I'm the only person in the race who has the deep and diverse experience on many of the problems that we are facing. I've been fighting for our neighborhoods, organizing neighborhood cleanups, advocating appropriate neighborhood development as the chair of Lower Polk Neighbors. I've been fighting for affordable housing and for tenants as the chair of District 3's largest affordable housing organization and as a tenant myself. I've been fighting for small businesses as someone who founded a small business and has served on our city's Small Business Commission. And I've been fighting for public safety as a criminal prosecutor and as a judge arbitrator of the Polk Street Community Court. Now, a little bit of background about myself. I am the first kid of my family born here in the United States. My immigrant parents had an American dream that all of their children would go to Harvard. And 25 years later, all of their children graduated from that university, where I received a law degree and a master's in public policy. After graduate school, I worked for Senator Paul Simon, where I helped to craft the first Democratic balanced budget plan in over 2 decades. 12 years ago, I moved to San Francisco and to District 3, where I've served as a criminal prosecutor fighting crime, worked as a civil rights attorney fighting against discrimination and fighting for workplace fairness. And I also started a small business in the district, an internet technology communications firm on Montgomery Street. Now, I happen to think that the next generation of leaders needs to be able to work together, needs to be able to pull people together, neighborhoods together, and build bridges to City Hall. And I'm someone who spent my entire life building bridges. And because of my reputation of someone who brings folks together, I've been honored to be supported by the widest array of residents in District 3 and in San Francisco. I'm being supported by neighborhood leaders and residents from each of the 10 neighborhoods in District 3. I'm honored to be supported by outgoing Supervisor Aaron Peskin, by our Assemblyman Mark Leno, by our District Attorney Kamala Harris. I've been endorsed by the San Francisco Democratic Party, the San Francisco Labor Council, our Police Officers Association, and District 3's largest tenants organization. Now, I also happen to think that the next generation of leaders needs to not only be able to tackle today's problems, but to figure out how to move San Francisco forward in the future. I think we need to build a San Francisco City Hall that's really in the 21st century, that brings technology in a way that allows government to be more responsive to our residents, that builds a world-class public transit system that gets people out of their cars and to help save the environment. And I think we need to build neighborhood spaces and community developments that truly allow the social and economic and ethnic diversity of our city to thrive. I would love to have your support. I hope that you consider joining our grassroots campaign, and I would be honored, truly honored, to be the next supervisor of District 3. Thank you.
SF Votes. The League of Women Voters has joined with your public, educational, and government cable stations to provide the election information you need. SF Votes. Meet the candidates, learn about the city's ballot measures, and find out how you can make your voice heard. SF Votes. Grassroots, independent, complete election coverage you can find nowhere else. Brought to you by the League of Women Voters, Access SF, EATV, and SFG TV.